Hello friends, this is Lila in Hawaii. I'm going to show you what I call part 2 of the nests I've been making. I call them Eastern nests, and they're not really, these are all year nests actually, but it sort of got me inspired, and because I'm shut in, can't go out, I can take a little walk around the block, but that's kind of it. I wanted to stop getting too bored, so I've been trying to do all kinds of things I may not normally do. Sewing, painting, embroidering, watching TV, reading, cooking, whatever I can think of. So now I'm going to show you, this was the result of the burlap nest I made. That was in the last video, you may remember. And all I did was I sewed around. I layered 3 pieces of burlap across each other. They were like about 5 or 6 inch squares, and then I sewed round and round and shaped it as I went. And when I had finally shaped it like so, you can see all the stitching, I sprayed the inside with some spray starch and hit it with the hairdryer, but I didn't need that to really shape it. I'd already shaped it as I sewed, and I sewed by tightening the tension. I had a longer stitch, and I don't think you could see in the video, but the way I put stress on the tension was let me put my fingers there, I held the top thread like that. Just after it leaves the bobbin, I held it tight and just let it go through my fingers, and that put extra tension on the thread. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, this is the result of that one that I showed you. I found this little grungy bird. It was out of my lanai, and it just was perfect. And then I found those 3 beads, and they were in my stash, and all I did was I took a felt tip marker and I speckled them. So those are the eggs. And then on the bottom I glued a branch from a previous foraging trip, so the little nest sits nicely. There it is, like that. And then the second item is actually a foraging nest. I have a friend who has a community garden, and so I asked her if she'd help me out by bringing me any bits and pieces that I could use to make a foraging nest. So first of all, I'll show you what she brought me. I can't show you the Spanish moss. The base of it was Spanish moss, and if you live in the south like I did once, you will know that that hangs on the trees. So she brought me this. This is some dried rosemary. These are some twigs. This had some dried leaves on it. These sort of cattail looking things. I'm not sure what they are. Maybe someone knows. But anyway, those. And then I wanted a little shot of color, so these are some little orange seed pods she also brought me. So those were the basic items. And I must say, when I received the things like this, I put them in a bucket of water overnight, and it made them pliable so I could bend them, and also it kind of makes them look more old and dried. And then the result of that foraging trip that she'd made and gave me, this is what I made. So here's how the Spanish moss looks on the back side, and I also glued a twig on there so it's sitting nicely on a branch. And here are the dried leaves right there. There's the shot of orange, those seed pods. The other items, those little star-shaped, I think those seeds, and this thing that looked like a cattail. And these are some more of the orange. That's what they look like inside, and that's what they look like outside. Then I also put in some little extra twigs. Let's see if I have any here. Well, just plain little twigs I shoved in anyway. And then I put in a feather that I had, and that's just extra, just sitting in there. And so that's that. I had fun making those. I really did. I liked making them. And I've got enough from my foraging, or her foraging, or ours, it was both of us really. I can make another one. All I need is something for the armature, the Spanish moss, and maybe she'll find me some more, or I can find some tumbleweed or something, I don't know. Anyhow, this is another this is the other one. Now, I've got some others that I've made using this particular technique, so I'll show you those in another video. Hope you're all well. Thank you for watching. Goodbye now.